Okay, so you're planning your trip to New Zealand, but you don't want to sit through a half an hour to an hour YouTube itinerary guide or an hour read on some blog. Well, I'm here to help you with a 10-minute video on my 14-day trip to New Zealand. Let's go. Okay, so just before I start this video, I actually want to get comfortable, so I'll be right back. Oh, this is so much better. Okay, so a few helpful tips and websites during this trip, and specifically during winter. My first recommendation is to use the NZTA Journeys app to keep updated on road conditions and if there's any closed road and any hazards that are en route to your next destination. So definitely check out the website that I'll link down below. Secondly, if you have a phone plan with Vodafone, you can actually turn on roaming data, which is about $5 a day, and you get your max speed data overseas, and you can actually use this anywhere in any country. So the way you do that is just to go on your phone, go to personal hotspot, scroll down a bit, and there should be a button that says roaming data. Just turn that on, and that's basically it, and you can basically have your data and any reception and everything while in New Zealand. Thirdly, I can't stress this enough, but make sure that you have snow chains on your car, no matter like if the day looks good or not. I'd get them at the start of your trip from the car rental place, and it's usually just about like $5 or $6 a day. It's totally worth it, especially if you're gonna go skiing. You'll definitely need snow chains for that. So my fourth tip is to check weather websites and apps often, just to keep updated on the weather, as it does change quite a bit, and I'll list some websites and apps down below. Okay, so fifth is how you're going to get around to places. I would download Maps.me, I believe it's that one. It will be linked down below as well. And then Google Maps, you can actually download the map. So definitely download the map of New Zealand using Wi-Fi or your data, and then you can basically use the map offline. If you go to Google Drive, in settings there should be an offline mode, and then you'll just download the map. If you can't figure it out, I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial or a website that shows you how. Okay, so your first day in Christchurch, which I'm hoping is where you land, because that's where we landed, you're going to have to pick up your hire car. We personally got picked up and then taken to the facility to get our hire car. So, we just landed. Go. Okay, so the van's here to pick us up, to take us to the car. Let's go. Okay, so we just picked up our rental car. Alessia's just paying for it now. And then we're going to head to our first hotel in Christchurch. There's the plane. And then after getting your hire car, you'll basically make your way down to the Christchurch Central City. I definitely recommend staying at Distinction Hotel. That's where we stayed, and they were amazing. Anyway, so we just checked into the hotel. We're just gonna get our luggages now. Oh, all right, so we just got into the hotel room. It's actually really nice in here. We had breakfast included and everything, and it's only like a 5 or 10 minute walk down to the center of the city. So this day you'll basically just be exploring the city. There is a Riverside Market there that you should check out. Okay, so we just got to Riverside Market, and as soon as we walked in, as you can hear it, like there's an alarm, and they just started like this fire drill, and it's so annoying because we just walked in. But yeah, we just gotta wait a few minutes until the drill's over, and then we can go back inside and explore. Especially just like fresh foods and all that sort of stuff. There's not really much there, but definitely worth checking out. And then after that, you'll basically make your way to Littleton for sunset, and there you'll be able to fly a drone, take some photos. There's not too much there, it's quite a small town. After that, I would do the coastal drive during sunset if you can make it, or do the coastal drive to Littleton, and then go to Sumner if you have time. We didn't have time for this, so we basically just went to Littleton and then had dinner there and went back home. That pretty much wraps up your first day. Not too much, but don't worry, it'll get pretty hectic. So this brings us to the second day. You want to be out of your door around 9 to 9:30 a.m., making your way to the top of Arthur's Pass. Our first location was at Atira Viaduct Lookout, almost at the top. I think it is the top, not too sure. That's where we went first. So at Atira Viaduct Lookout, you'll have about 10 to 20 minutes to explore and take your photos and whatever. You don't really need much time there. I would have spent 5 to 10 minutes. And then you'll basically make your way down to Devil's Punch Bowl Waterfall. That's about an hour hike return. Then you'll have about 20 to 40 minutes to embrace the waterfall and take your photos and whatever. It is stunning there. We didn't get to go because I had a hour breakdown at Atira Viaduct Lookout because I basically lost my drone there after just having it repaired 2 weeks before that from crashing it. Then you'll basically drive down to Castle Hill, which is basically a landscape with a bunch of rocks. Looks super cool, super scenic. You'll basically have free for all there. You can do it at your own pace, but you'll basically have about half an hour to spend there. Then you'll make your drive to Mount Cook, which is about a 4-hour drive. And this is the part you probably need chains for. We didn't need it because there was no snow at all, which was kind of disappointing because we were expecting heaps of snow there. I can recommend staying at the Hermitage Hotel. There's an amazing view in, I think, all the rooms. Basically looking out to the mountain ranges, and it looks incredible. And that's practically a wrap on your day. So this brings us to day 3 of your rodeo. I hope it's going well so far. Basically on this day, you'll be doing a 3-hour return hike at Hooker Valley Trail. This is about a 2-minute drive from the Hermitage Hotel, and I can definitely recommend this hike. It is amazing. It is 3 hours on average, but if you're taking photos or doing videos and whatnot, it'll take about 4 to 4.5 hours, which it took for us, and you wouldn't want to be out the door any later than 10:30 a.m. So leave between 10 and 10:30. After the hike, hopefully you've come out of it with a lot of great shots, but you'll be pretty tired, pretty exhausted. It takes quite a bit out of you. It is not too intense of a hike. It's actually pretty chill, but it's just a long duration to be walking. But basically be heading down to Twizzle for dinner. We personally ate at a Indian restaurant. It was actually really good. If I can find the name of it, I'll put it down in the description as well. Anyways, from there, we basically drove to Lake Hawaii. For a lot of Aussies out there, I think we would all pronounce it Lake Hawaii, but apparently it's Lake Hawaii or something like that. Probably still saying it wrong, so someone correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, we'll be heading there to stay at any accommodation of your choice. We stayed at a hostel, and I definitely won't recommend that. It's just not my vibes, not my type of accommodation. The drive from Twizzle to Lake Hawaii is about 2 hours, and then you'll basically call that a day. So your 4th day in New Zealand, you'll be going to the Blue Pools. It is gorgeous there. If you are down, still some of the water there. I definitely stole a lot of water around New Zealand just because it is so clean. This water is tasteless. Like, there is no flavor to it. It is so cold, succulent, and oh my god, I'm thinking about it now. I might have to go back and get some water. I'm not joking. Don't tempt me. Maybe you guys can bring some back for me. Message me when you come back, and I'm willing to pay $50 for 2 liters of Blue Pools water. Not even joking. Anyways, I would recommend starting this day at around 10 a.m. A lot of this trip you'll have a bit of a sleep in, so don't even worry about that. You can wake up for sunrises. Of course, you can change the entire route if you want, but this is just giving you an idea of what to do, and it's basically a base layer way to start. If you're feeling up to it, you could always do the Roy's Peak hike, which is about 5 to 6 hours, I think. We personally didn't do it because we weren't ready and we weren't prepared, as there was snow on the mountain and we didn't have any proper gear for it. We didn't even have torches, and we wanted to do a sunrise. I would recommend doing it at sunrise or sunset, and you have to be quite fit for it. So if that's your thing, go do that, and then do Blue Pools after. Obviously, you're gonna have to start your morning a lot earlier, maybe around 3 or 4 a.m. depending if you do sunrise or sunset. So after the Blue Pools, you'll be headed to Albertown to get some lunch from Pembroke Patisserie. I would definitely recommend getting the mince and cheese or their pie of the day. And then after that, you'll be making your way down to Valley Views Glamping, which is your next accommodation, and I highly recommend them, and we did some work with them as well. You can have breakfast included and all, with some fresh farm eggs. And basically the accommodation is a dome. It is solar powered, so you only have power banks to charge your phones. If you do have cameras and laptops, I recommend asking the owners to charge it for you. Basically, you'll have a window at the front of your dome, and you can basically see the night sky. Anyways, that is going to be your 4th day wrapped up, and we'll be moving on to day 5. So this brings us to day 5. It's going to be pretty chilled. You'll just be making your way down to Queenstown. Definitely check their app that I said before, NZTA Journeys, linked below as mentioned before, just to see the routes and conditions of the roads. You could go through Crown Range Road, which is a little bit faster, or you can take an alternative route, which is a little bit safer, through Cromwell. So if you are a driver who isn't very confident in yourself, take Cromwell. It is heard to be more safe. Anyways, upon arriving to Queenstown, we stayed at the Heritage Hotel. It's about 5 minutes from the center of the city. You feel free to stay wherever you want. So this day, you'll basically just be exploring Queenstown, nothing too big, get some food, and I'll have some food recommendations for Queenstown down below as well in the description. So yeah, that's basically your day, and that is wrapped up. So day 6 to 12, you're going to be staying at Queenstown. This is 7 nights at Queenstown. You can reduce or extend if you would like to. I would recommend staying there for about 7 nights at least. There is so much to do there, and we just fit everything in. Yeah, there is so much to do. I'll just go through a list now. So the first thing to do, New Zealand is known for their skiing slopes, so I'll definitely recommend going to Coroner Peak and Remarkables. 4 days of skiing would be perfect. If you want to do more, feel free to. If you're a beginner or you're just getting used to the skis, again, because like I'm assuming you don't ski every day and every week and every month, I would definitely recommend going to Remarkables. It is a lot wider and leaving more room for mistakes. A lot of people recommended Coroner Peak, but in my personal opinion, I don't ski all the time, and I think Remarkables was perfect to adjust to it. Anyways, definitely check out both mountains and definitely have snow shades in your car. In saying that, with the skiing, make sure to check the websites for both mountains. They do keep you updated on weather conditions, road conditions. Our first day was extremely cloudy and foggy. And it was also pelting down snow, and we could not see where we were going. And that was actually the first day that I was adjusting to this, so I was freaking out. But we had 2 runs, and the weather conditions were too extreme for us, so we basically just called it a day. So a second place you could visit, maybe this might not interest a lot of you, but you can go to a bird sanctuary. They will basically have all the native birds and reptiles, and they have shows throughout the days that you can watch and keep you informed on all the issues and things they do for the wildlife there. I mean, in my personal experience, I love the bird sanctuary, and I got to see a kia, which was amazing, and they're actually just big parrots, and they're actually really playful. They come up to you, so definitely recommend going. It is amazing. Another thing you could do, this is more of a night thing, is an ice bar. This is for all ages. The adults, you can have your cocktails. They are amazing, and then you could also have some mocktails. We personally went to the ice bar that is near the bird sanctuary. I don't know the road, but that's the one. So if you're looking for it, just look for the bird sanctuary. It's just down the road. Basically, the whole bar is made of ice, and even your cups are made of ice, and it's definitely a really good experience, so definitely recommend going there for some activity for the night time with friends and family. Okay, so another thing I can highly recommend doing is a tour with Altitude Tours. They offer a range of tours, from gin tours, winery tours, and also a Milford Sound tour, and much more. We specifically did the Milford Sound tour, and that was a full day, I think 8 to 12 hour tour, and it was amazing. We went through Lake Tianao and also to the National Park Sound, where we did a boat cruise, and it was amazing. We saw dolphins, we saw seals, all the mountain ranges, and definitely go and do that. Book that now for yourself. Also linked below. And if you want to do any of their other tours, feel free to. They basically pick you up in a Mercedes bus, and it's like leather seats, it's super comfortable. So the experience is amazing, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you're looking for something with a bit more adrenaline, I definitely recommend going paragliding off Coroner Peak. You can do this with Tandem, linked below. There is a $35 charge if you don't have a ski pass to get up there. And then there's also a further $60 if you want to get photos and videos from your flight. It is pretty relaxing up there. It's not like skydiving or anything like that. You basically just kind of like run down a mountain hill, and then the parachute will like basically lift you up and take you with the winds. And you can steer it if you want, do some acrobatics and, like, you know, do some spins and dips. It is super fun, so I definitely recommend doing that if you're a bit of an adrenaline junkie. So you should be up to your 12th day now, and you'll be basically leaving Queenstown. So you'll be headed to Lake Tianao, and you'll be staying there for 1 night. You basically stay at only any accommodation there, so try to find an Airbnb, a hotel, or a motel or a hostel if that's more of your thing. And we basically went to a local pier around there. I'll be linking down the map link below, just because I don't know where it is and I don't know how to explain it. Basically, it's a pier, and we just got a sunset shot. The water was super still, and it was just really relaxing to just sit there and enjoy it. Anyways, that'll pretty much be that day, just because it is a 4-hour drive, I believe, and there's not too much else to do around there. So the next few days are going to be really chill, just because you would have had a very go week. So we plan plan these next days to be more relaxing, more chill. Basically, this will bring you to day 13 to 15, and you'll be headed down to Kaka Point from Lake Now. I definitely recommend taking the coastal drive. It'll change things up from all the farmlands and mountain ranges. You're going to need to get groceries, just because there's not really any restaurants or cafes open. A lot of them are closed during winter, so you'll want to stop by one of the supermarkets. I think one's in Inverloch, or if that's how you pronounce it, and then there's another one in Owaka, which is about 20 minutes away from Kaka Point. Anyways, you'll be driving through the Catlins as well, but you won't be stopping there just because that's an activity for the next day. And basically, you'll just go to Kaka Point, so you'll be staying there for 2 nights, and I can definitely recommend Seascape accommodations. On one of the nights that you're staying there, I definitely recommend checking out the Nugget Point Lighthouse. Be aware that it is a bit of a walk. I think it's about 5 to 10 minutes, and you may see some possums or rabbits. Don't be scared, they won't attack you, they'll just run away. But anyways, I definitely recommend checking out the Nugget Point Lighthouse. You can do it at night, in the morning for sunrise, or you can just do it during the day. It doesn't really matter for you. So Nugget Point Lighthouse, you can get some astrophotography there. But yeah, you guys can have some flexibility here. We didn't do too much. On day 14, we'll be doing the Catlins. There's a few waterfalls that you would want to check out. So the first waterfall we checked out at Catlins was this one here. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. And then we basically drove another 12 minutes to Maite Falls. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. I'll put the word here. Then we basically went to the big one, McLean Falls. That is a definite must. If you have to miss out on one of them, do not miss out on McLean Falls. It is the main one, and it is stunning. It's massive. You can kind of like walk a little bit under the waterfall. I don't recommend drinking the water. We did, and it was yellow and like murky. So maybe don't drink the water. We didn't feel sick, but you never know. After that, we basically just went back home, cook some dinner, and then the next morning you would want to do a sunrise, or if you want to like change it around, definitely do a sunrise on the beach, as the accommodation is a beachfront house. So yeah, we did a morning walk at the beach, got some photos. It was super chill, really relaxing. If you're lucky enough, you may even see some sea lions or seals. So yeah, definitely recommend doing a morning walk there as well. And also, if you hear a tsunami alarm or a World War II alarm that sounds like this, don't be alarmed. That is just the way they call in their firefighters, since I think a lot of them or all of them are volunteer and they can't actually rely on having cell signal to contact them. So that alarm will go on until one of the firefighters actually get to the station to turn it off. And this can be for the small situation, a little car accident, and they need a firefighter for that. We actually got scared until we did a bit of research. So I'm just giving you guys the heads up. Now this brings you to the 15th day, the last day. This day is practically nothing. You're just going to be driving 3 hours and something minutes to Queenstown or Queenstown Airport. Depending on your flights, you can spend a day in Queenstown, or you can just go straight to the airport and then basically head home. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the video. It's sad that the trip is over, but plenty more destinations to head to, and let me know if you guys want to see more of these itinerary videos for every location that I go to. I tried to make it as quick as possible, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment letting me know some feedback or what you want to see, and I'm going to be trying to make more videos more often. So yeah, make sure to leave a subscribe, leave a like, do all that good stuff, and I'll basically see you guys in the next video.